How the Universe Came to Be, The Story of the Gatekeeper Yuri, by Delilah Roosevelt. Prologue. There once was a being named Yuri who fled from their own world to ours, not remembering anything about where they once lived. Chapter 1. New Beginnings. Yuri felt so alone and scared, for the world was just an empty, white nothingness. So Yuri made himself some company. Yuri made two gods. One was the goddess of light, and the other darkness. Yuri wasn't the best person to be around at the time, and although they made great company, they felt insecure and always worried about what others thought of them. Yuri thought of their creations as failures, so they killed them both. But since they still felt lonely, they remade them, but different. Eventually, they thought of these new ones as failures too, so they killed them as well. This went on for a few more tries until they reached the seventh attempt. Instead of the two goddesses being fine with being in an empty void, like the others were, they wanted it to be more than just white. The goddess of darkness wanted it darker, so Yuri made space. But then the sister of the goddess of darkness, the goddess of light, wanted to have some light so it wasn't too dark, so Yuri made stars. The two goddesses ended up wanting more company instead of it being just the three of them, so Yuri gave them the power to make others, and Yuri would give their creations life. They would also give the creations magic as well, so the god of plants was made. As time passed, the two wanted to fuse together. It was their own way of being able to find each other whenever, so Yuri gave them the ability to fuse together, and they fused to make the goddess of equality. Chapter 2. Earth. The goddess of equality thought it was unfair that the goddess of light and the goddess of darkness could be surrounded by the very thing they loved, but the god of plants couldn't. So she asked if Yuri could make a world filled with plants, so Yuri made Earth. Earth was empty at first, but then the god of plants made trees, and plants grow from the ground. Although the plants didn't last long, for plants need water and sunlight to grow. Yuri didn't like seeing the god of plants so sad, so Yuri made the god of water. The god of water made the ocean surrounding the island the god of plants made, and the god of plants used this as an opportunity to create more plants. So he made sea plants such as seaweed, kelp, coral reefs, and other sea plants. The ocean only helped the plants at the edge of the island, for the water could not reach the center of the island, and even then, the water didn't do much, for there was no light and the stars weren't big enough. Yuri saw that it wasn't helping a whole lot, so they made the god of fire and the sun, hoping he could help. The goddess of equality thought it would be good to have darkness too, so in order to keep the plants from dying because of no light half the time, Yuri made the moon, which reflected the sun's light just enough to keep the plants from dying. The god of fire saw that his two brothers needed help nurturing the island, so he came up with a plan on how to help. He told the god of plants his plan, and he agreed to help with the plan. So they worked together to make volcanoes underneath the sea, so the water could heat up and evaporate. But their plan wasn't finished, for Yuri had a part in the plan too. Yuri made the god of wind in order to help move the clouds that were being made to the island. As time passed, the four brothers wanted entertainment, so they asked Yuri to make a god of life, so they could watch creatures grow instead of just appearing and already being smart. So Yuri decided to make the goddess of life. The goddess of life's first creation was dinosaurs. The goddess of equality thought that life's counterpart should be made too, so Yuri made the god of death. The god of death eventually got bored of the dinosaurs since they never got smarter. They weren't idiots, but their minds didn't grow fast enough for the god of death to tell the difference. So the god of death asked Yuri to send a giant rock to the dinosaurs. So Yuri did what they were asked, and sent a meteor to Earth, killing the dinosaurs. Chapter 3. New Life. Eventually, as time passed, humans and other creatures were made. More gods came to be as well. Yuri decided to give the creatures magic. The creatures had the choice of what types of magic they wanted to use. The kind Demon King, being obsessed with being strong, asked for dark magic, for he thought it was the strongest type of magic. The humans, who didn't have a ruler, couldn't decide what type of magic they wanted, so they were granted the ability to use all kinds of magic. The Demon King and the Gods of Equality thought it was unfair that humans could use all sorts of magic, but the demons could only use dark magic. So Yuri gave the demons the ability to learn how to use other types of magic. Since the demons' main ability was using dark magic, the Gods of Equality asked for creatures of light to be made. So Yuri made angels. Unlike demons, who were made to look similar to humans, with some looking scary and others beautiful, angels were made to look terrifying. They were made to protect the world from above, while the demons were made to protect the world from below, and humans from the middle. Eventually, the other gods thought that too much pressure was being put on Yuri, with Yuri having all the responsibilities of the world to deal with. So they asked Yuri if they were fine with choosing where the creatures go after death instead. So Yuri became the gatekeeper. Bonus chapter, Yuri's life, and preview for the book on them. Yuri had a habit of leaving the gate and visiting Earth since they got bored easily. They always have a brown rabbit plush. Yuri only ever showed emotion in their most recent reincarnation in 2023. They live as a 17-year-old high school student. They have mocha-colored skin with vitiligo. Their left eye is light beige and their right eye is more of a whiter beige. They have messy half-up brown hair that fades into light beige. They have a scar on their right eye and scars all over their arms and hands. This is the end of the story, How the Universe Came to Be the Gatekeeper. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you... Side note, I may or may not make this story into a graphic novel on Tapas or Webtoons. Expect to find this on Tapas if I do end up making this into a graphic novel. I do hope you enjoyed this, truly. And, well, if you liked it, leave